everybody, and welcome back to the last stage of reloading. Now, as you can see, I got my press all set up here. I'm going to show you a couple basic things real quick. You have your resizing die, your powder through dispensing die attached to the auto drum. You got that lined up here. And then on top of the auto drum is your powder. And then over here, you got your bullet seating die. So 3 dies. Very simple. Now, just to show you a quick trick on how to properly seat your bullet so you don't set it too deep, what I use is a standard manufactured ammo. This is, I believe, a Winchester. Yeah, just a Winchester piece of ammunition. And I run it through. Now, what you can do is loosen up your bullet seating die. So if you look up here, there's a second part to the bullet seating die. So you have this thumb screw, and then you have this one. So bring that one all the way up, and then raise the ram in the press all the way up. Yeah. And then you just slowly start screwing the bullet seating die down until you feel it touch. And you'll know it because it'll get nice and tight. Once you feel that touch, then you know that every bullet is going to come out the same exact size and seated properly. Next thing you need to be concerned with is the amount of powder that goes into your charge. You don't want to double charge around, and you don't want to undercharge it. Nobody likes a squib. So what I'm going to do is just take one of my empty shells here and run it through the first 2 cycles. I'm going to size it, and I'm going to dump the powder. Now, one of the things that also happens when you dump the powder is it also flares the case just a little bit to allow you to seat that bullet. And the bullet seating die will squish that back shut for you. So, let me get my scale turned on here and zeroed out. I'm looking for anywhere between 4.2 and 5, a little less than 5 grains for this particular powder. So it's at 4.9, which to me is a little high. I actually like it to be a little bit lower. So one way to do that, there's a little key here on the side of the auto drum. And that little key, you just turn it just a little bit to lessen the amount of powder that gets dumped. And then we'll try it again. There we go. So it's at 4.6. That's right about where I like it. Because when you're using something like this, sometimes it's going to dump a little less, sometimes it's going to dump a little more. It's not going to be as consistent as hand loading. It's going to be off by 0.1 or 2 grains here and there. But it's consistent enough that it's not going to blow your hands off or give you consistent squibs. I always check just to make sure there's powder in there before I pop the bullet in, just out of habit. So, now that we've got the bullet depth adjusted, the powder amount adjusted, now we can go ahead and make some bullets. Put the first one in there, size it, grab another one, feed the next one in, dump the powder and size, grab the next one, and you go ahead and grab yourself a nice little, this is 115 grain, full metal jacket, round nose, Sierra bullet tip. And just put that in there, push the ram up, get the next piece of brass ready, and there you go. Nice, full, complete bullet. Now, if you want to check to make sure that everything is sized right, everything's fitting right, you can do a little check. And best way to check it is use your own gun. Do this safely, obviously. But now I'm going to go ahead and grab my choice here. Find a place to set this so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, one nice thing about this gun, you can leave the safety on and still manipulate the slide. So that's kind of nice. And I like to make sure that it's actually going to feed from the magazine into the weapon. I've had issues sometimes, usually it was with my 45, where the case was flared too much and just that little bit of flare would get caught up on the lip of the slide trying to go into the weapon. So again, my safety's on, fingers off the trigger. So it fed. Now, will it eject? There you go. That bullet will feed, that bullet will fire. So we know that that set and that sizing is all right. There you have it. Simple as that. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to let me know. Have a good one.